Hey everybody, welcome to Women in Tech Interviews. And the next person we've got up here is Kimberly Simon. And we're going to find out what makes her tick. And of course, she's got an amazing story. And let's get to it. Kimberly, welcome. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm excited to do this.
Well, I'm a little bit at an advantage because I've seen you talk at our events before. So you do a fantastic job. But hey, let's get into your journey. So young Kimberly, starting out. How did that happen? How did you get into the technology industry?
Young Kimberly, wow, she was fierce. And she made a lot of great decisions. I don't know if you've seen a speech that I did where I talk about we don't realize the decisions that we're making when we're younger. It's a lot. We're children, but we're making decisions that are going to impact us when we're 30, 40. So yeah, young Kimberly did all right.
So you made the right moves, and then you decided, I'm going to get into technology. What was your first step into technology?
So just to kind of give you a background, I was actually born in Africa, in Zimbabwe. So I was so far from tech, so far from the opportunities that I now got to take advantage of, right? So I think that's what makes my story very interesting, that I come from something that was so far from it all. And then life happened. I lost both my parents, ended up moving to England, and then, going to school there. But I think what I will say is, it comes from a place of faith, because my faith is very strong. So I think for everything that I went through, I found that there was always someone there, a lifeline, somebody that would kind of guide me or help me. And that made a huge difference. So I studied marketing in school. And that's what I was doing. I was working for a marketing firm. And then I was assigned an account to take care of. And they were a tech company. So now I had to learn about tech. I had to write about tech. I had to write press releases. I had to talk about it. And I was like, okay, this stuff seems interesting. And then made the right connections. And I think that's has been a part of my strength. I've always been able to be authentic and make really great connections and friends with people such as yourself. And
Well,
then
Kimberly, hold on. I got to unpack a few things you said there. So, wow. I mean, you had me a little stunned there. So you lost both of your parents. I don't want to bring up any old wounds and anything else, but that's a struggle for anybody, let alone, how old were you?
So my dad died first, and then I had my mom, and then I think by the time my mom died, I was about 10, 11. So
Wow.
you're a child, and you're just trying to figure it all out, right?
Wow.
But as I said, something there was always a path. There was always someone, and the it just the faith just works out. I think
Maybe they're
for me, my
guiding
faith
you.
is huge.
So you're growing up in Zimbabwe, which is a interesting environment to say the least. So now you're here. By the way, what was it? What's Zimbabwe like growing up? What's it like there?
Oh my goodness, what a way to grow up. I look at the children, in the West, and I'm like, it's so different. We played outside. We watched TV at night, but during the day, we played outside. We had friends. It wasn't about gadgets or anything like that. Uh, we ate all organic food. I will say that we grew a lot of our food.
Sure.
So yeah, so it was different. And then now kind of adjusting, and I think that's what makes the that top to 5, 10%, being able to be flexible, being adaptable, and I'm gonna thrive wherever you place me. That's
I
just what
get it. I'm
I'm
betting
always
on you
at.
already. So there you go. So you're in the tech industry, crazy childhood, and especially with your parents and so on. Yeah, you persevered. So you got an opportunity, had a client as a tech person, doubled down on that, and then now you're in, right? And how, give us the story about how you got from there to where you are today.
So you have to pick a place. Tech is so huge. I always say I fell into cybersecurity. So I'm on the cybersecurity compliance side of things. So I made the right connection, took advantage of, the fact that I could make relationships, and And I have to say, I want to talk about the founder. His name is Kishore Vaswani. He's the founder of Control Case. He saw something in me. He used to say, you can really succeed, and I can see you, 10, 15 years from now. And I know you can do this. And he was like, I'm going to give you a chance. It's a testament to the people that you come across. There's some people that will believe in you and give you a chance, and there's some people that just won't. But he was one of those people that gave me a chance, and I'm always going to show up, right? Like, I'm going to do the work, and you have to do the work. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to learn what I need to learn, and that's what I did. So it was getting that chance, and then also having it in myself that I wanted to work hard and I wanted to succeed. And then I started to learn, what is compliance? Why do people need it? And I knew I was in the right space because tech wasn't going away, and cybersecurity was always an issue. So we always used to say, a company can outsource everything. You can outsource your sales, your marketing, everything, but your risk is yours. You're always going to need your risk to be taken care of in-house. So I was in a great space because I was always going to have a job. I'm in cybersecurity compliance, and you're always going to need it.
Well, Kimberly, I would say he may have made a choice to help you, give you a chance, but he made an investment in you, and that investment is obviously paying off incredible dividends. So he's a smart investor, So
You
there
would
you
say
go.
that. And I always say, you know what, he took a chance on me, but nothing was handed to me. I have worked hard. I have shown up. I bring a lot to the table. I bring revenue. I bring relationships. I bring hard work. I bring authenticity. I bring, just culture, everything, you name it. So I bring a lot to the table too. Nothing was handed to me. I worked hard to be here.
I get it.
Own the spot.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he knows it.
Yeah, he's like, she owns it now. He created a monster.
Yeah. So Kimberly, so here you are. So one of the things we always try to do with this interview is the mission, of course, is to try to get more women, more diversification into the tech industry. We know women are roughly around 20%. And if you look at minorities and so on, it's even much less and so on. There's a problem, right, in our industry, especially when you get into the C executive levels and so on and moving up. And what was your experience like as a woman in this industry? And what do you think needs to be done to get things turned around? Right now, it feels like it's upside down. We need to turn it around.
And that's a great question. I think one of the biggest challenges for me starting out was representation. So when I started working in cybersecurity compliance, most of the time I would just be the only Black woman at a show, or I'll be the only Black woman in a room. And it still happens today, believe it or not. So representation has always been a challenge for me. There were no women at the top that I could look up to. So that's a big problem, because if the younger, generation is not seeing themselves there, then they just won't. They, even if they came into the industry, they wouldn't stay because they cannot see growth. They cannot see the path. So, so I think representation had always been an issue for me, but through grit, I think I decided that I was going to use that to my advantage. I decided I was going to pave the way. I was going to inspire others, and I was going to stay in the industry, even though there weren't a lot of people like me. It was uncomfortable at times. Of course it is. It is uncomfortable. I felt, like sometimes I'm not even heard. That will happen. But, I was going to stay at it. I was going to know more than they did. I was going to work that much harder. I was going to, own and really stay in my space because I wanted to be in this industry. So to your point, that is the challenge that I had and how I chose to look at it. Your other question was what can be done. Let's think about history. If you think about it, women had always been looked at as, they're supposed to be in the home. We're supposed to take care of the home, take care of children. And that's fine. We thrived at that, right? But when the war came and women had to kind of take care of the economy and do everything, what did we do? We stepped up and we showed that we could do it. So the question has not been, can women do it? We've always been able to do it. We've always been able to take on these jobs, to take on these higher roles. It's just that in most cases, we haven't been given an opportunity. So I think, what can we do to change? We can educate people and say, hey, we can do it. Give women opportunities, and see what they can do. Be patient with us, because sometimes we're coming from somewhere so far away from here that we need a little bit of patience to kind of get our head in. But once we're on it, we're on it, and we'll work as hard as the men do.
Even output better. I would just go one step further. We've
Thank
seen
you.
the data, and we know that women do outperform men in most cases. But
I
I'll
think we
leave
need
that for
each
the,
other. Yeah.
yeah, it's a complementary thing, but it's something that's interesting. So there you are. So you great advice for those people who want to get involved, determination, stick with it, make it happen. Is there one thing, if you had to go back in time and change, is there one thing you would change, or do you think everything led you to this path?
So I am going to say I believe me and my friends made it up. It's the 10 out of 10 rule. Everything is exactly as it should be. You're making the right decisions that you can right now based on the knowledge that you have. So be kind to yourself. I've always been able to go back and say, I'm sorry. So if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. But you're making the best decisions that you can with the knowledge that you have today. There's a lot of things I would change because I'm a little bit more mature. I said a little bit. I'm a little bit more I'm a little bit more mature. So there's things I would change, but I did the best I could at that time.
That's a really interesting point, and I never heard it said like that before. Every moment is a 10 out of 10 because you're making decisions based on what you have, right? And it's always great to be hindsight, right? Looking back, I think they call it Monday morning football. When you look back at how I could have played it like this or whatever.
Right.
Always great to see it after the fact, but living life is real time, and you make real time mistakes. So, and there you are, you've
Mhm.
pulled out of it. Is there a book that inspired you, or a movie, or is there, what inspired you that actually changed your life and made you go next level up?
That's a great question. And the truth is, it wasn't a book or a movie, it was people. It was people like you, Julian. It was people like my founder. It was people like my current CEO, my current boss. It's choosing the people that I have around me. I have been very clear on that. Like, I will meet someone toxic and they will never hear from me again. So it's been people. It's been having the right people and being very clear on, yeah, maybe not. Let's not stay in touch with that person. You know what I mean?
Totally. I mean, they always say the average of the 5 people you hang with, and you want to hang with people that's a little bit above average so you can move up. It makes a
Where
lot
do
of
you think
sense.
I'm hanging out with you?
Don't forget, you might lower your average with me, but we'll see. So there you are. So you really reached and by the way, you chose the most complex, industry to get into. So you're doing a fantastic job. And I must say that I did see your presentation, so I do know you have what it takes as well. So it's all up and up from here. But when you look at the younger generation, um, what do you think is what do they need to learn or know about why they should make tech a career?
I think, first of all, it's understanding that technology is very powerful. It impacts economies, it impacts how we live our lives today. So, why wouldn't you want to be in an exciting industry like that? It matters. You use it every day. We all could not live with a certain type of tech, whatever it is. So it's relevant. So I encourage you. It's exciting. I encourage young people that if you can get into tech. There's so many places where you can fall. You don't even have to be a coder. You can do sales. You can do marketing. You can do customer success. You can do project management. There's so many places to go in tech. That why wouldn't you? And don't worry about the underrepresentation of people of color, of women. We're working on it as an industry. There's a voice. We have a voice because of people like Julian who want to give us a voice. I'm getting to inspire you, whoever is watching, because somebody else gave me a voice. So get on with it. Join the industry. It's fun. It's
Get on with it.
exciting.
See, Kimberly, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. It's going to inspire those kids. I'm just loving it, right? Where do you see yourself in the future, next 5 years or 3 years?
So I was just saying to you before we started this that I'm learning to be more open. I've always been very private. So I think I'm now wanting to inspire others. I want to be that person that I didn't have when I started. So someone who you can call and can guide you on like what happens in the industry. How can I grow? How do I grow my network? Can you introduce me to some people? I want to be that person that I needed when I was starting off. So yeah, so I see myself working more on inspiring other people to get into the field of tech. I don't care whether you're male or female, green or blue. Just kind of sharing the opportunities that we have as a society and kind of bringing people together. So I speak more at events now. I've have my speaking engagement. I'm speaking at conferences, educating on cybersecurity. I'm doing more interviews such as this, which I never did in the past because I've always been very private and kind of like in my bubble. But I'm getting out of it. So in the next 10 years, you will see a whole lot more of me.
Watch out,
in the
I've been
public
saying.
eye.
Watch out. And you wrote a book. Do you have it handy? Put it up on the screen or not? We'll put a link to it. So you wrote a book about compliance and so on. So not only do you do what you're doing, but you also wrote a book. And a lot of people think about writing a book, but yet they don't write a book. I've thought about it for years and I've never done it.
I want to say, because now there's going to be a lot of books. I wrote my book before ChatGPT.
Yes. There you go. You were seeing the future as well. I think that's really great to do that stuff, and it's an amazing that you actually find the time to do that in your schedule. But it's wonderful. We'll put the link in there for that. I will leave you with the parting words, Kimberly. What is something that you would like everybody to know about Kimberly that maybe they don't know? That you would like them to know?
I wish you had sent me that before, because now I'm going to look back at this and go, oh, I should have said this, and then I should have said this. So this question, I have no idea. I didn't see it coming. Something that I would like people to know about me that I know it seems like I'm always confident, but I appreciate being guided. I appreciate compliments. Sometimes I'm not sure of myself, and someone goes, yeah, you're doing a good job. And I need that too. But people don't tend to say anything because they think, oh yeah, she's fine. So I think I need guidance, and I need feedback just as much as the next person.
You see, you handled that even more beautifully than you expected. Look at that. So that is a great thing to know, that you're also vulnerable, right? And and that's to be human. Otherwise, you'd be an AI chatbot. So
yeah,
we'll have another conversation about AI in the future.
Oh, we'll have to, please.
Yeah. Oh yes, Kimberly, it's been an absolute pleasure as usual. I hope everybody out there listens up to the story. It is a challenge. Life is a challenge. The struggle is real, but perseverance, determination gets you where you want to be. Do the hard work, make it happen. Everybody can succeed. It's a playing field that it's only you to get ahead. And if you push yourself, you'll get there. Kimberly, thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure. And we'll be watching your career.
Julian, thank you so much for everything that you do. We appreciate just having a voice.
Totally my pleasure. Take care, Kim.